Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Public Schools, Sikeston Public Schools, as we get set for tonight's matchup between Sikeston and Poplar Bluff. We came on just as this game started, had a few technical difficulties, but I'll tell you what, Mr. Beidler does a great job getting us on the air each and every night. So I'd like to thank him for all his work getting us on here tonight. That was an incomplete pass as C.J. Posey was the intended receiver. Bulldogs were throwing coming out of the gate, and that one was a little bit behind Kirkendall. And it's going to fall incomplete. So the Bulldogs are going to face 3rd and 10 now. It's Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame night here at Public School Stadium. Glad you're with us. We will be honoring 4 different individuals and a cheerleading squad at halftime tonight. Heckemeyer in the shotgun. Hit as he threw, and the pass goes off the intended receiver's hands. I believe that was number 8, Jonathan Green. It went through his hands. And that'll be 4th and 10 after the incomplete pass. Sikeston comes in 2-1 on the season. Poplar Bluff with an identical record at 2-1 also. Both squads coming off of losses last week. Sikeston lost on the road up at Farmington as it's a low kick. That's going to be down at the 31-yard line. That was Dylan Thornborough with the kick. Poplar Bluff coming off a loss last week as they traveled up to Jackson. And the Indians took care of business against the Mules last week. We'll be back here at Public School Stadium next Friday to face those same Jackson Indians. If you can't make it out, I hope you'll join us here on SPS TV, your home for Sikeston Bulldog football. So for the first time tonight, we see Cannon Carr and company come out. He's got a single wide receiver to his right, 3 to his left. Single backfield set for Carr. Poplar Bluff will mix it up, though. Run and throw. And it's going to go off the hands of the intended receiver, incomplete. That was Devin Gatewood. Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. So every offensive play so far has been through the air. Gatewood fakes it to the man in motion, gives it to the running back. That's Gavin Hayes. He moves the line forward for about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 6 after that 4-yard pickup. Trey Sullivan and Heckemeyer in on the tackle. Big 3rd down here for the Bulldog defense. Like to hold them and try to get it back. Sikeston's going to send a blitz. Quick little outlet pass. And it goes off Gatewood's hands again. Falls incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Looks like Coach Sievers is going to send on the punting unit here. That's a good 3-and-out hold for the Bulldog defense. Daniel Lawrence back deep for Sikeston to receive this punt. Beautiful night here at Sikeston Public School Stadium. High, short kick. And it's going to take a Poplar Bluff row and be down at the 36-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take over for their second possession of the evening. Again, it's Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame night. We're going to have some of those individuals up here during the broadcast tonight, do some interviews, let you hear some insight from those going into the Hall of Fame tonight. Always a special night to honor those. Heckemeyer back to pass just over the outstretched arms of Daniel Lawrence. He had nice touch on that pass, went right over a defensive back, but Daniel Lawrence couldn't get there in time. Heckemeyer 0 for 4 through the air tonight for the sophomore quarterback. Heckemeyer has over 300 yards on the season, 318, 2 touchdowns. Poplar Bluff showed blitz, and they backed off of it. Heckemeyer couldn't get the snap, but he was able to fall on it and fall forward. He's still going to lose a couple. It'll bring up 3rd down and 12 for Sikeston. Bulldogs need to get something going here. It'd be nice to pick up a 1st down and get a little offensive momentum going. Heckemeyer rolls out to his right, throws on the run. Got C.J. Posey open to midfield. Broke 1 tackle. Couldn't get away from the 2nd man, but he's got enough for a 1st down. Marked down at the 47-yard line.
18-yard gain, Bulldog. That's a Bulldog 1st down.
So Posey, coming into tonight, had 3 catches for 136 yards. He's been the big playmaker for the Bulldogs through the air. Another little outlet to Posey. Sikeston has thrown on every down so far in this early game. Still over 9 minutes left, 1st quarter action. Glad you're here with us. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard pickup on that hookup. Clock goes inside 9 minutes here, 1st quarter action. Heckemeyer was looking to his right. Now he'll tuck it and run. He'll have enough for the 1st down and more. Pushes the pile. See where they're marking. He needed 3. It looks like he got about 5 or 6. They'll mark him down at the 35-yard line. So gain of 5 on the play.
5-yard gain on the Bulldog. That's another Bulldog 1st down.
2 1st downs in a row here for Sikeston. Again, both of these teams come in 2-1 record on the season, both suffering their 1st losses on the road last week. Hand off to Kirkendall off the right side. Not much there. He'll fall forward. They'll give him a short gain of 1 on the play.
30, Jackson Kirkendall, the ball. 9, Bulldog.
Ray Sullivan to bring in the play from the sideline. Heckemeyer's been out of the shotgun exclusively. Hands it off to Kirkendall again. He's trying to push the pile forward, and he is. He keeps those feet moving. It wasn't much there, but he earned every one of those yards that he got, did Kirkendall. It's Jackson Kirkendall. Hudson's his twin brother. Jackson, I keep saying Kirkendall. It is Jackson on the offensive side. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Just over 7 minutes left here. 1st quarter action. Glad you're with us here on your home for Sikeston Bulldog football. Rashawn Upchurch off the right side, running between the tackles. Needed 6, and looks like he got about 5, so they'll mark him 1 yard short on the play. 4th and 1 here for Sikeston now. Hickemeyer looking over to the sideline. Play clock down to 15. Big 4th down play here early in this ball game. Sikeston's going to come up quick, and Hickemeyer's just going to push the pile forward, and it's going to depend on the spot. Looked like, yeah, this near official's got him good for about a yard. Now he'll back it up a little bit, and let's see where they put that ball down. I think it's going to be enough. Good job by Hickemeyer pushing that pile forward. He's going to have enough for the first down. So a fresh set of downs here for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Sikeston got a little something going. Upchurch off to the left side. Inside the 20 to the 15. He's going to be hit out of bounds around the 10-yard line. Nice run there for Vashawn Upchurch. They'll mark him down right at the 10-yard line. We've been talking about tonight being Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame night. We were going to have some interviews, and we are joined by one of the inductees tonight, Coach Mark Stevener. Coach Stevener, appreciate your time being up here.
Well, thank you very much. I sure appreciate y'all.
And we're going to get a timeout on the field, and that's pretty good timing. That's going to give us a second here to have a conversation with Coach Stevener. So special for me to get to see him inducted here tonight. For those of you who don't know, Coach Stevener was my wrestling coach back from 89 to 93. He coached here for 21 years.
21.
The all-time winningest coach in Sikeston wrestling history. So congratulations on that. Tell me a little bit, what does it mean to you tonight to be inducted into the Hall of Fame here?
Well, I thought about this once I heard I was being inducted and considered it. You never expect it. You work with the kids, and you just do your best. But I was blessed with great families and good parents and good athletes and kids that really wanted to achieve, and they followed directions, and I owe it to them. I owe all this to them.
Coach, 21 years, that's a lot of time to spend at one place. Is there a particular year or an instant that kind of sticks out to you in those 21 years?
They all blend together. I finished up at Notre Dame.
Right.
And
now, hold on. Now, we weren't going to talk about that.
I know that.
I'm teasing.
But Hazelwood Central, I had some good years up there.
You did.
And down here, I think every year was a good year because I felt like I pulled the best out of all my athletes. I mean, we may not have won state, or we may, that person didn't win it, but he had the opportunity, and I saw him reach to a different level. And it's a pretty important thing to watch a young man mature.
Hickemeyer hands off to Daniel Lawrence off the right side. Lawrence is going to be hemmed in at the sideline. Looked like he had a little room over there, but it closed up pretty quick. Going to gain about 1 on the play. So Joseph Hickemeyer handing the ball off out there. Now you coached his dad in wrestling.
Yes, I did.
So it's probably kind of cool for you to come back and see his son out there, sophomore quarterback. I'll just echo what you just said. On a personal level, I was scrawny, didn't wrestle for, when I was real young. Just started in the junior high age, and I would say not that I was the best wrestler at all, because I wasn't. But the only reason that I ever even made it to state was you and pushing me. So I think you're right as far as talking about pushing your athletes, getting the best out of them. And you did it the right way, which is important. So, thank you for that. And I know, I don't even know how many state placers you ended up having?
There's quite a few.
Yeah, a bunch. But Sikeston with one state champion
Right.
in its history back in '83.
Yes.
Tim Tremere. So that had to be special for you.
Oh yeah. And Coach Jerry Winberry took second.
Right.
And he's coaching and
He's
director at New
athletic
Madrid.
director at New Madrid now.
So and watching the kids mature and I have young men that are doctors, lawyers, and
First Midwest Bank works hard to get
and there
back to the
are
communities we serve.
just life lessons that the kids learn in wrestling. I mean, when things get tough, you have nobody to depend on but yourself.
Right.
And you know that.
Yeah. You don't have the 4 other guys on the basketball floor or your 10 other guys, out there on the football field with you. You're right. It's you. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes not. But either way, you typically learn a pretty good lesson. Talk a little bit about what this sport has just meant to you. We've kind of talked about your time at Sikeston and the different teams you've had and stuff. But as a whole, you think back to it. You wrestled for Central Missouri in college. Had a great career at 3 different schools, and you were an official for numerous years.
Correct.
After matter of fact, I saw you officiating at the field house last year. Still
trying.
Yeah, still trying. Just talk about what wrestling as a whole has meant to you during that whole time.
Well, it's one of those things that it really makes you continue to work harder. My lessons that I learned over the years, that when things get tough, you just you get better. Organization, being on time, and just simple tasks.
Up Church, right up the middle's got a hole, lowers his shoulder, and he gets in for the touchdown Bulldogs. 4:19 left in the first quarter, and Sikeston takes an early lead after the 8-yard touchdown run by Vashon Upchurch. Hey, you're good luck. We may have to keep you up here all game. I'm sure you.
That'll work.
Yeah. Sikeston's had a hard time last week. They only found the end zone one time. But tonight, finding it here on their second possession, they'll take the early lead. Daniel Lawrence, and that 2-point conversion is going to fall. So with 4:19 left in the first quarter, Sikeston will still lead 6-0. So, Coach, we won't keep you up here, but appreciate your time coming up here today. Congratulations on being inducted. It's probably way overdue. But nonetheless, it's going to happen here tonight at halftime. And on behalf of everybody here, just like to tell you congrats and thanks for everything.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you.
We appreciate your time. That was Hall of Fame coach now. Coach Stevener up here. I'd like to thank him for his time joining us. We'll step aside for a quick break here as Bulldogs lead it 6-0. You're watching Sikeston Bulldog football on SPS TV. Back to live action as Dylan Thornbrough kicks it off. And he's going to get across the 40-yard line to the 41. That's where Poplar Bluff will take over for their second possession here at the 41-yard line. Again, like to thank Coach Mark Stevener for coming up and giving us a little bit of time here. Longtime Sikeston coach being inducted into the Hall of Fame here tonight.
Number 81, Trey Scott, and number 14, Dylan Thornbrook.
Carr and company. Trey Sullivan got in that backfield. He didn't end up getting the tackle, but I'll tell you, he came in on the blitz right there, and I think he caused a little confusion for Carr in that backfield. He was able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, though, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10 after no gain on that play. Cannon Carr, the junior quarterback for the Mules, coached by David Severs. Coach Severs, a longtime coach over there in Bluff. That was a little outlet pass. And he's going to have enough for a 1st down. That was Devin Gatewood. Gets across midfield to the 46, and that'll move the change. That's the first down of the game for Poplar Bluff. 12-yard gain on the play. Carr pump fakes. Now he goes down the sideline. He got a man open and an acrobatic catch. And he's going to have about a gain of 16 on the play. Going to get him down to the 30-yard line. Nice little catch. It was a good little pump fake there by Carr. It kind of froze the defender, and then he just floated it right over his outstretched arm, and the wide receiver for Bluff made a nice catch right over in front of their sideline. Carr, a little quick outlet, and he's hit immediately. That was Daniel Lawrence that came up and stuck the receiver, and he jarred it loose. So looked like he was going to catch it and try to turn upfield, but Daniel Lawrence just leveled him. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Bulldogs lead it, still 6-0, 2:45. Going to hand it off on the jet sweep, trying to get out to the right side. Lawrence right there again to make the stop after a short gain. Give him a gain of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Clock continues to run. That was Gatewood on the carry for Poplar Bluff. And we're going to get a loss on a play, as that was Robinson on the carry. Again, Trey Sullivan was right up there. He was coming into blitz and got back there in the backfield and caused a little havoc. That's going to be a 1-yard loss and a 4th down. You got to think at the 29-yard line. I'm sure the Mules are going to go for it here on 4th and 9. Buck 35 left, first quarter action. Sikeston still leads 6-0. Beautiful night here at Public School Stadium. Temperatures in the high 60s. Carr back to pass, pump fake, now going down a seam route, and it was caught. What an acrobatic catch. That's going to be to the 1-yard line. That was Jacob Baller making that catch. He had the inside position and was able to go up in the air and snatch that down. Kind of bobbled a little bit, but was able to corral it, and it's 1st and go from the 1 for the Mules. Hand it off right up the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown for Gavin Hayes, as Hayes gets in with a 1-yard touchdown plunge. Boy, that was a big throw there by Carr on that 4th down. And the Mules are going to tie it up 6-6. 1 minute left here. See what Poplar Bluff wants to do with this extra point. Looks like they're going to come out and go for two, are the Mules. Carr back to pass, looking out in the flat, and he's going to be wrapped up and sacked. And so the two-point conversion is going to fail. So with 1 minute left, first quarter action, we're all knotted up, 6 apiece. You're watching Sikeston Bulldog football on SPS TV. Mules set to kick off here after tying this game up at 6. Connor Wallace is going to go down at the 30-yard line. As had a little bit of room, but he decided, hey, I'm going to go ahead and take this down right here at the 30, and that's where Sikeston will take over. This will be their third possession here in this first quarter. Heckemeyer and company come out. He'll hand it off to Upchurch, trying to get to the outside. Does Vashon. And he's going to get close to the 40. Let's see where they'll mark him out, about the 38, 39-yard line. So he had a gain somewhere around 8, 9 yards. Haven't seen where the officials have put it down yet, but it'll be second and short after a 9-yard gain. So Upchurch been getting a little more work here tonight out of that backfield. Heckemeyer going under center. Bad exchange. He picks it up. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing else. So now it's going to be 3rd and 1 after no gain on that play. Kirkendall will bring the play in from the sideline. 25 seconds and counting here. First quarter action as we wind down this first quarter. Heckemeyer's got 2 wide receivers to each side. Going to hand it off to Kirkendall right up the gut. He's met immediately, and he's going to be stopped right there. So after gaining 9 on first down, the Bulldogs are not able to get any more. And that's going to be 4th and 1 for Sikeston, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Sikeston and Poplar Bluff all tied 6 apiece. We'll step aside for a 60-second break. You're listening to Sikeston Bulldog football on SPS TV. 4th down. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to line up and go for it. And they're just going to come up and get a quick count, and it works as Bluff jumps offside. So after having a first quarter with no flags, we get the first one here in the second quarter, and it's good for the Bulldogs. So that'll be a free 5 yards for Sikeston, and that'll move the chains.
5-yard penalty, and that's a Bulldog first down.
So it'll be first down from the 44-yard line. Now, I don't think Sikeston had any intent on actually snapping that, but they were able to get the quick count and the first down. They'll hand it off to Lawrence, a man in motion, cuts it back inside. He found a hole to the 50, down to the 40, broke another tackle, and he's finally going to be brought down at the 34-yard line after a good gain. So Sikeston will get another first down.
That's a 22-yard gain by the Bulldog.
That'll move the chains.
That's another Bulldog.
They get into Poplar Bluff territory through Sikeston. Second time tonight they've been in Bluff territory. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. They're going to give it to Lawrence again, the man in motion. He'll cut it back up the middle again, dances down to the 30-yard line, and a nice little 4-yard gain on the play. We got another Hall of Fame inductee with us here tonight, Gabe Wheeler. Gabe, appreciate your time and joining us here tonight.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me.
Second down and 4 for the Bulldogs after that gain. So Gabe being inducted, he, if you don't know, and you should, was arguably one of the best golfers to ever come through Sikeston. I'd say my top 2. Now I graduated with Aaron Gleason. Aaron was pretty good. You were right there. Man, I hope Aaron's not listening. Probably a little better than Aaron. So Sikeston is going to get a first down. They're going to get it inside the 20, all the way down to about the 16-yard line. So, Gabe, talk a little bit about, going in the Hall of Fame tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's it mean to you? You haven't been out all that long, but getting to come back tonight, going to the Hall of Fame, just what's that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's just really special. I've only been out of school for 5 years, so to get this sort of recognition so early after graduation just shows just all the hard work paid off. Yeah, it's just unbelievable honor. I've been looking forward to it for years. Once I found out with the year I was eligible, just been looking forward to it ever since, and grateful to be here.
Up church, powers his way down to the 10-yard line. They may even give him forward progress down to the 9. I was talking to Coach Andy McGill earlier today. I know he was your golf coach your freshman year, and so he told me that you learned everything in that one freshman year, and so he was a big part of it.
Yeah, of course he'd say that. Of course he'd say that.
He would say that. But no, I mean you had a great career. Went to state all 4 years, right? If I remember correct.
Yes, sir.
Went to state all 4 years. Placed third.
Yeah, junior year, 3rd place, and senior year, 5th place.
Senior year, 5th place. So congratulations on that. And then you went on, got a scholarship to Murray State, as we do have a flag on the play. We'll see what that is. But you went and played 4 years at Murray State, and if I remember, newcomer of the year.
Yeah, I was on the all newcomer team for the OVC, which is awarded to the top 5 freshmen in the conference. So that was one of the many honors I had through college, but that was one of the more special ones,
Talk a little bit, I'll go out to some high school matches every now and then, and watch or follow them a little bit. But the difference between high school and college. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I thought I was aware of what it was going to be like, but
Right.
I was totally wrong. I mean, around here through high school, you have your select players that are the best players on their team.
Right.
So imagine taking the best player on every high school team and throw them all in a college tournament.
Right.
So once you get into college, it doesn't matter if 1 through 5, they were all at one time best player on their high school team. So you kind of go from the hotshot local kid to just another guy out at a golf tournament.
Second down and 12, and the Bulldogs will complete that pass, but it looks like it's going to be for no gain. They may even lose a yard. So it's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 12 we'll call it. So, you know, you had a good career over at Murray State, graduated, and now you are an assistant coach back at Murray State, correct?
Correct. Yes, it's our head coach's last year, and he gave me the opportunity to come in and lend him a hand, offer the assistant position. He knows I like to stay involved with the university, and
Right.
a lot of the guys I'm still good friends with. Kind of using my knowledge and my experience to come back and help with the younger guys and kind of teach them the ropes a little bit.
So, are there some guys that are on the team now that are still on the team that you played with, like your senior year?
Yeah, correct. Especially with the virus and all the athletes getting extra year of eligibility.
True.
I
didn't think about
some of our
that.
fifth-year guys, they're just 1 year younger than I am.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
a
was
good point.
teammates with a few of them for 2 or 3 years. So they're still my good friends these days. And, you know, for me, I just enjoy going back and helping them out and doing what I
So
can.
We got a roughing the passer, so that's good. That's automatic first down, and it'll be first and go Bulldogs. I didn't see it. I actually was paying more attention to the interview with Gabe and missed that roughing the passer call, but nonetheless, it's a first and go for Sikeston with the ball placed at the 9-yard line. 8:30 and counting here. Going to hand it off to Kirkendall off the right side. No gain there as he hit a wall over on that right side. Again, we've been joined by Gabe Willer, who's going into the Hall of Fame here tonight. So now, Gabe, you also now I don't know if you still are, but I know before COVID hit and everything, you were playing on one of the tours, right?
Yeah, I was playing on a different couple of mini tours, the Swing Thought Tour and the Emerald Coast Tour. And still am doing that currently. With the whole virus, some of the terms have been kind of limited. One reason why I went back to Murray is to kind of use the fall to kind of prepare and practice, and then maybe hit it back hard this winter, get back out on the tour. But yeah, I've been doing that about a year and a half now, and enjoying every bit of it, learning what I can. It's been a great experience.
Timeout, Sikeston.
So we're going to get a timeout on the field here for Poplar Bluff. So talk a little bit, you know, your high school career, you know, what are some of your fondest memories, you know, on the golf course at Sikeston?
Yeah, I'd say other than the 3rd and 5th place state performance, I'd say probably my favorite high school memory. On my senior year, we had sectionals at our home course here in Sikeston at Foxhaven. And the top 2 teams made it to state. And we had a good team. We had never been to state before as a team. And we came down to the very last hole. I was the last man on the team to come through. And I made birdie on the very last hole, number 18, to get second place by 1 shot and sent the team to state. And, you know, for us, that was a big accomplishment for a team that entire year. So that was huge. And that's still one of my favorite memories. And just golf in general, not just high school, just golf in general.
Well, you know, that's kind of cool that you picked that memory. You know, when people think of golf, they think of an individual sport, and it is an individual sport.
Right.
But there's a team aspect to it.
Absolutely.
Also, you know, in high school and college or whatever. So, you know, I think it's pretty cool that you picked that moment of, you know, your team getting second with that birdie on birdie on 18. I'll tell you, birdie on 18 is not too easy out at Foxhaven. There's those 2, you know. That'll be the only fairway that I hit all day with the 2 bunkers, you know, right there in the fairway, and I'll end up in one of them. But nonetheless, we digress a little bit. So second, and they're going to throw it to the corner of the end zone, and C.J. Posey went up, could not make the catch.
Pass intended for number 6, C.J. Posey.
Boy, that was right there close. Posey went up high, just could not bring it down. So at Murray State right now, assistant golf coach, going to fine-tune a little bit, and then hopefully things will relax, and, you know, after the first year, you'll be able to get back at it yourself. College have a fall and a spring season?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, we play fall and spring. Our conference tournament's in the spring, but in the fall we play more local tournaments, more against conference rivals. But, yeah, we play about 6 tournaments apiece, so it keeps us busy.
Looks like the ball's on the ground. And are they going to say it was a fumble or he was down before? Looks like they're going to say it was forward progress. No indication yet. Yeah, they're going to say it was forward progress. So Bulldogs are going to retain possession, and it's going to be fourth and go after they had a big loss right there, loss of 9 on the play. So to bring up fourth and go, just over 7 minutes left here, second quarter action. Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame night. We had Coach Stevener up here in the first quarter talking to him, wrestling coach getting inducted, and we got Gabe Wheeler up here right now. Sikeston golf standout is going in the Hall of Fame here tonight. It looks like the clock's going to run down, and coach is probably going to take a timeout. That will enable us to tell Gabe, appreciate your time. Thanks for coming up, sharing a few memories with us, and talking about your career and all your accolades here at Sikeston. Congratulations on being inducted tonight, and good luck with whether you go into it coaching or able to make it on the tour somewhere. I wish I could have went home today before this game, flipped it on, and saw you on the U.S. Open.
Me too. That might be a few years down the road. The way the U.S. Open's playing today, I don't know if I wanted to be there myself.
You'd rather be here than Wingfoot. I was talking to Kevin earlier this week, and he said Wingfoot's probably one of the top 3 toughest country clubs in the United States. So
absolutely,
definitely,
it's starting to show its teeth a little bit today, for sure.
I think you definitely saw that today.
I'll save myself the embarrassment and just sit this one out.
That's right. We'll catch you in a couple years.
Yeah,
after the US
hopefully
Open.
so.
Gabe, appreciate your time. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You bet. That was Gabe Wheeler being inducted into the Hall of Fame here tonight. Congratulations to him. 6:50 left here in the first half. We're knotted up 6 apiece. Got a big 4th down here. Sikeston does have a good kicker in Dylan Thornborough. I was talking to Gabe. I wasn't paying attention to who's out there on the field. Are they going to draw something up? Or are they going to let Dylan go on and try a long field goal? He would have the north wind at his back. They would want to think about that. Boy, it'd sure be a long one if they did. Looks like they're going to keep the offense out there right now. So 4th and go from the 19. If I'm Bluff, I'm got an extra man probably paying attention to C.J. Posey. They're going to fake it to Lawrence. Throws out to his right, throws it in the end zone, and is it caught? Oh, they're going to say that it skipped to him. It was Connor Wallace laying out, but they're going to say that the ball skipped into him, and they're going to call it incomplete. So a few Bulldog fans right in front of us thought it was a touchdown, but they're going to say it short hopped him. So Sikeston's going to turn it over on downs. Boy, that was a tough one. I wish we had Mr. Byler up here and I could run that back on replay and look at, but nonetheless, Bulldogs are unsuccessful on 4th down, and Poplar Bluff will take over from their own 19. So you got to put that out of your mind and get ready defensively here. A handoff going around the right side, and Sullivan gets in there on the tackle after a short gain.
Number 14, Devin Gatewood. Ball carrier.
Short gain by Gatewood.
Tackle by number 34, Trey Sullivan. 8 of 3 on the play. 2nd, 7, Poplar Bluff.
Second down and 7 after the 3-yard gain. Quarterback could keep it himself. Nothing there. He's stacked up. No gain on the play. We do have a flag down.
Number 12, Candy Carr, the ball carrier. Flag on the play.
Going to be holding against the Mules. That'll back them up 10 yards. Sikeston says they're going to go ahead and decline it, so they'll keep it 3rd down and 7.
Penalty decline. 3rd and 7, Poplar Bluff.
So instead of backing them up and letting them replay 2nd down, the Bulldogs are going to decline that penalty, and it'll be 3rd and 7. So, again, another big 3rd down for this Bulldog defense. Quick outlet, and it looks like the receiver was able to tiptoe just on the other side. And he's going to have enough just for the first down. So that's going to move the chains.
8-yard gain by Poplar Bluff. First down.
Needed 7 and got 8, did Poplar Bluff. Clock a stop with 5:30. Little swing pass out, and that's going to fall incomplete. And we're going to get a little extracurricular activity here. The ball was on the ground, and Sikeston went over and picked it up. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't a lateral, and then we had a little extracurricular going on afterwards. So let's see what the call is. It's going to be a personal foul against Poplar Bluff. So that'll back them up 15 yards. $15-yard penalty. That's after the play, so the down will count since it's after the play. So it will be second down and 25. So that'll back them all the way up to the 15-yard line. Carr's got 3 wide receivers to his left. He's looking that way as he rolls. Now he goes back down the middle, and it's going to fall incomplete. Intended receiver is Gatewood.
Pass intended for number 14, Devin Gatewood.
That'll bring up 3rd and 25.
3rd and 25, Mules.
5:19 left here in this second quarter. We're still tied. 6-all. Bulldogs will be back here at home next week as they will take on the Jackson Indians. Jackson probably got the best program going right now in Southeast Missouri. Carr looking down the right side, trying to float one over, and it's going to be dropped. It was good coverage over there by Adrian Smith. Adrian Smith was running right with the would-be intended receiver, and it's going to be incomplete and going to be 4th and 25. After the first quarter, Donovan and New Madrid are scoreless. High snap taken at the 44-yard line by Lawrence. Made a couple of guys miss and is going to push the pile forward to the 35-yard line. Do have a flag on the play, so we'll wait and see what that call is, as it was the near side official threw that flag. It's motion against Bluff. Bulldogs will decline that, and they'll keep it on the 35-yard line. After a penalty-free first quarter, we've had a few here in the second quarter.
Punt on the play, 8-yard return by Lawrence. Bulldogs will start this drive on the Poplar 35-yard line.
First and 10, Sikeston. They're trying to regain the lead here before we go into the half. Heckemeyer dropped it. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Just flips it over to Upchurch. And Vashon is going to get forward. It's going to be a gain of about 7, maybe 8 on the play. I tell you, Heckemeyer had trouble with that as he kind of dropped it initially, but was able to gather it, rolled out, and complete the pass. We'll give him a gain of 7, so 2nd down and 3. And Heckemeyer looks back, and the Bulldogs are going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 4:47 left, first half action. We're tied 6 apiece. You're watching Sikeston Bulldog football on SPS TV. Second down and 3. Bulldogs coming out of the timeout. They'll hand it off to Kirkendall. He's got a little hole, and he'll jump his way forward, and he'll get across the 25 to the 24, and that'll be enough for a first down.
4-yard gain on the play, and that's another Bulldog first down.
They'll move the change, 4:30 and counting here. First half action. Heckemeyer, same play, handed off to Kirkendall, trying to get outside. I'll tell you, he runs with some aggression. Kirkendall is one of those running backs that he's going to try to deliver as much contact as the would-be tackler would, trying to take him down. Going to be 2nd down and 6 after a 4-yard gain by Kirkendall. He did go out of bounds, so the clock has stopped. 4:20 left, first half action. And we're going to get a motion. I think Upchurch started a little too quick and had to back them up 5 yards.
5-yard penalty on the play. 2nd and 11 Bulldogs.
Had to wipe away that 4-yard gain that Kirkendall had. And it'll be 2nd and 11. Hickemeyer's got 2 wide receivers each side. He's got Upchurch in the backfield with him. Drops straight back. Going out to Posey. Pass complete at the 20, and he's slung out of bounds close to the first down marker. I think he's going to be just short.
Pass complete from number 10, Joseph.
Needed 11. Looks like he got about 10. And it'll be 3rd down. Yeah, it's probably 3rd and 2, so we'll give him a gain of 9 on the play.
9-yard gain on the play. 3rd and 2 Bulldogs.
Ball marked right at the 16-yard line. They've got to get just about to the 14 of the Bulldogs to get a first down here. 2-down territory for Sikeston. Just over 4 minutes left in this first half. Trying to bounce it outside is Upchurch, and it's going to be close. The official was right there. I think they'll give him a gain of 1, so it's going to, they'll mark him down right at the 15-yard line. So it'll be 4th and 1 after that short gain. So last time the Bulldogs had this, they just got up there and ran it real quick. Heckemeyer got under center and just kind of pushed the pile forward. play clock's already down to 10, and they're just now getting in the huddle, so they're going to have to go quick no matter what they want to do. Play clock at 5. Heckemeyer looks up and notices it.
30.
Kirkendall trying to get to the outside, and he's going to be stopped short. Looks like he's going to lose about a yard on the play. Will Jackson Kirkendall, and the Bulldogs are going to turn it over as they couldn't convert on 4th and 1. 3:52 left in this first half.
Loss of 1 on the play. Turnover on downs. First down, Poplar Bluff.
So Bluff will take over as Sikeston was not able to convert on that 4th and short. Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame night. Stay with us. We'll have all the honorees here at halftime. We've already spoke to 2 of them. Coach Mark Stevener came up in the first quarter. Gabe Wheeler was up here in the second quarter. Justin Robinson will also be going in the Hall of Fame tonight, along with the 2014-2015 cheerleading squad. They were state champs. And then Coach Brent Kiefer going in the Wall of Fame tonight. So congratulations to all of them.
Number 36, Jared Young, the ball carrier.
Gain of 5 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and
Gain of 6 on the
5.
play. 2nd and 4, Poplar Bluff.
Get it out to the 22-yard line. Quick little pass out in the flat and hit immediately and going to be brought down.
Pass complete.
So they're going to lose about 3, 2 or 3 on that. So it was a complete pass, but Sikeston right there on the stop.
Tackle by number 16, Daquan Tilson.
Tilson in on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. 2:40 and counting here for Poplar Bluff. Be a big stop here for the Bulldog. Sikeston does not have any timeouts left. Carr out in the flat, and it's going to be a little wide. It would have been close to a first down, but it sails out of bounds, incomplete. Had to bring up 4th down.
Incomplete. 4th and 7.
4th and 7 here for Poplar Bluff, and they're going to be forced to punt.
You're a member of the honorees tonight, the Hall and Wall of Fame. Please make your way to the north end zone. Please, honorees, make your way to the north end zone.
Got an email from Hayden Alcorn, said he thought watching it that that was a touchdown earlier to Connor Wallace. He sent us an email saying it looked good to him on the play. That ball will roll dead right at midfield, and that's where Sikeston will take over. 2:18
1-yard punt by the Mules.
left in this first half.
Series at the 50-yard line.
First and 10 Bulldogs. Passes off the outstretched arms of Daniel Lawrence. It's going to fall incomplete.
Pass intended for number 3.
It'll be 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. .212 left in this first half. Heckemeyer rolls out to his right, and it's going to go off the hands of C.J. Posey. It's going to fall incomplete, though it'll be 3rd and 10. .206 left in this first half now. Ball still at midfield. Play clock already inside 10 seconds. Bulldogs out of timeouts here. They're going to have to go quick, and I don't think they're going to get this play off. And they're not, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So that's going to back them up 5 more yards. So it'll be 3rd and 15 after that 5-yard penalty. Two wide receivers to his right, one to his left. Heckemeyer back to pass, and his pass is going to be batted down. So it'll be incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th down.
Pass incomplete.
So Dylan Thornborough will come out. And Sikeston will be forced to punt with 2 minutes left. So the Bulldogs did not take a lot of time off the clock in that possession, and Poplar Bluff will get another chance here. Good snap. Kick is up. It's a high kick taken right at the 20-yard line. Made a couple of guys miss. Got to the outside to the 35 to the 40. Puts his head down and gets up to about the 44-yard line.
By number 32, Jacob Poplar. Tackled by number 2, Adrian Smith.
1st and 10, Poplar Bluff,
And number
44-yard line. Looks like they're going to, looks like Bluff's asking for a little more time to be put back on the clock. Officials will huddle up here, and they'll put a few seconds back on the clock, so they'll take it from 1:33 to 1:38. I don't think Coach Severs liked the 1:38. I think he wanted more than that. Nonetheless, that's what it is. Poplar Bluff still does have one timeout. They'll hand it off right up the middle. Short gain on the play. He's going to gain about 2, maybe 3. Clock will run, 1:20 and counting here. Bluff's going to get up to the line and try to go quick.
Tackled by number 21, Bashan Upchurch. And number 55, Brian Timms.
Carr, quick pass out to the right. Heckemeyer trying to track him down, and he finally does, but not to the first down. So the clock will stop momentarily. 57 seconds left. So they get across midfield to the 43-yard line, and Poplar Bluff still does have one timeout at their disposal, and Trey Sullivan's going to get caught that time. He's timed it pretty good a couple of times here tonight, but got there just about a half a second too early. And that'll be a free 5 yards for Poplar Bluff. 49.1 seconds left here in this first half. Bluff trying to get a score before halftime. We'll try to check some area scores at the half and see if we can bring them to you in the third quarter. Carr Pass complete. That's going to be enough for the first down. Needed 5 and got about 7.
Pass complete to number 24, Nick Brummett. First
They'll
down,
mark
Eagles.
him down at the 31-yard line. Clock will run. Carr got away from one guy and now is finally going to be taken down as I think that was Tim's got in there for the sack. Clock will stop as Poplar Bluff is going to be forced to take a timeout with 29.5 seconds left. We'll take it with them. We're knotted up 6 apiece. You're watching Sikeston Bulldog football on SPS TV. Second down and 17. Coming out of the timeout, they readjusted the clock to 31 seconds. No more timeouts left for Bluff, so they can't stop the clock. Carr looking deep down the field, throws it down the center, and it's going to fall incomplete. Had a man right there. Bulldogs had a couple different guys in coverage, but they had a shot at that, but it's going to fall incomplete, and it's going to be third down. And we do have a flag. And now we get a flag from the far side, and I think that's going to be a sideline infraction over there. So we're going to end up having 2 penalties on this. So we're going to get a roughing the passer against the Bulldogs. So that's going to, the biggest thing about that is it's going to be a first down along with the yardage. So Sikeston had them in 3rd and long. It would have been 3rd and 17. Instead, that's going to be so that's not an automatic first down? Okay. I was getting clarification on the down. They haven't changed it yet, and the chains haven't moved. Now they will. It is going to be first down. So 1st and 10, Poplar Bluff from the 23-yard line, 24.8 seconds left. So Bluff trying to get a score here. Late first half action. They'll hand it off inside. Not sure about that play call as they do not have a timeout left, and the clock will run. They'll get 1 yard on the gain. Carr back to pass. Vashon up. Church flushes him out of the pocket, chasing him. He's going to run, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds, but no time left on the clock as he goes out of bounds as the clock hits zeros, and that will bring us to the end of the first half. So a nice gain there by Carr, but was not able to get out of bounds and get one more play off. So at the half, we're tied 6 apiece. Stay right here with us as we got Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame tonight as we're going to honor those individuals being inducted tonight. We'll step aside for this break at halftime. You're watching Sikeston Bulldog football on SPS TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the red and black. The band would like to say thank you to the Stanberry Uniform Company for the donation of bell covers for the band students. This will help to prevent the spread of germs and keep our students safe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sikeston Public Schools would like to welcome you to the Sikeston Bulldogs matchup with the Poplar Bluff Mules. Tonight, we want to introduce the 2020 honorees for Sikeston's Hall of Fame and Honor Wall. Inductees' names and teams are featured in the Sikeston Fieldhouse, and the inductees will also receive a certificate tonight recognizing their years of service to Sikeston Public Schools or their outstanding contributions to the Sikeston Bulldogs. First, we'd like to recognize the following Honor Wall recipient for his outstanding achievement and meritorious service to the Sikeston Public School system. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brent Kiefer. Teacher, coach, athletic director, assistant superintendent, Brent Kiefer, a 1979 SHS graduate, is a true Sikeston Bulldog, loyal, spirited, and gritty. Kiefer began his career as a Sikeston junior high science teacher and hit full stride when he became an assistant football and track coach, guiding many pole vaulters to win all-state honors and training defensive linemen to be tough and play hard. Kiefer was the embodiment of this Bulldog spirit. As athletic director, Kiefer stressed sportsmanship to all athletes and initiated and directed the SEMO Conference basketball tournament. He was honored with the 2006 BA Sports Athletic Director Award and the 2012 MIAAA District Athletic Director of the Year Award. When Kiefer became the assistant superintendent for secondary grades, he helped plan and implement Project iLearn for the R6 district. Congratulations to Mr. Brent Kiefer. The following Hall of Fame teams and individuals received All-State and/or All-American honors for their athletic ability. First up, the 2014-2015 varsity cheerleading team. Determined, according to Sikeston High head cheerleading coach Jacqueline Scott, this one word describes the cheerleading team's second place honor in the 2014 Missouri 3A Small Division state competition. Devoted to making an impressive comeback after a fourth place showing marred with penalties in the prior year's competition, the team worked hard through the summer to push themselves back to the top. With a new look, black uniforms, and a savvy theme song, AC/DC's Back in Black, the team calmly walked out on the mats in the Hearn Center, hit a perfect routine, stuck all of their stunts, and received no penalties. Congratulations to the 2014-2015 cheerleading team. Next up, Gabe Wheeler. A 2014 third-place state golfer and Bulldog standout, Gabe Wheeler, a 2015 Sikeston High School graduate, claimed all-district honors and first-team all-conference honors and was named the 2012 district champion. After playing in 4 Missouri State tournaments, Wheeler was recruited to play for the Missouri State Racers, where he was a 4-year starter. A member of the Racers' 2016 all-newcomer team, Wheeler won the Western Kentucky Open Amateur in 2017 and 2018, was named to the 2019 All-OVC second team, was among a group of golfers who achieved 2019 OVC top 10 scoring averages, and was named to the 2019 OVC Commissioner's Honor Roll for maintaining a 3.5 GPA. He is now an assistant golf coach for Murray State's golf team and plays professionally in the Swing Thought Tour and Emerald Coast Tour. Congratulations to Gabe Wheeler. Next up, Justin Robinson. Running back Justin Robinson starred as an offensive machine for the Sikeston Bulldogs. 2 records that he still holds 21 years later: 3,124 career yards and 2,030 yards in a single season exhibit just how strong, dynamic, and unbelievably good Robinson was at running the ball for the Bulldogs. Averaging 203 yards per game, Robinson scored 28 touchdowns in his career. Robinson also broke his own single-game rushing record twice. First against Dexter with 296 yards, and second against Cape Central with 318 yards. After playing football for Hutchinson Community College in Hutchinson, Kansas, Robinson co-founded Clockett Bulldogs, which stands for Change Lives One Kid at a Time. He continues to host football camps for young athletes. Congratulations to Justin Robinson. Our final honoree this evening, Coach Mark Stevener. Mark Stevener, former Sikeston Bulldog head wrestling coach, started his career with the Mat Dogs in 1976. In his 21-year career as head coach, Stevener coached numerous wrestlers who placed in the state tournament, including the only state champion in Bulldog history. The Central Missouri State University Hall of Fame honoree, Stevener also coached wrestling at Hazelwood High School, leading the team to a second-place finish in the Missouri 4A class division and claiming the Coach of the Year honor from the St. Louis Wrestling Officials Association. Stevener and his wife, Beverly, started summer wrestling tournaments in Sikeston and the AAU wrestling program that still exists today. Congratulations to Coach Mark Stevener. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's honor our honorees this evening and thank them for their contributions to Sikeston High School.
Welcome back from the half. Sikeston will be kicking off to Poplar Bluff as we start this third quarter. We're tied 6-all. Congratulations to all the Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame honorees that were honored at halftime. Had 4 different individuals go in and a cheerleading squad go in. Dylan Thornborough set to kick this off. Dylan, a two-sport athlete here in the fall, does the kicking duties here on Friday nights, and also is a midfielder for Coach Gabe DeMint and the soccer team, and he kicks that one, taken inside the 10-yard line to the 20 to 25, and is going to be taken down at about the 30, and that's where Poplar Bluff will start their first possession here in the second half, and we are joined by inductee tonight, Wall of Fame inductee, Coach Brent Kiefer. Coach Kiefer, appreciate your time coming up here and talking with us tonight.
I appreciate you having me.
Coach Keefe, long-time Sikeston High School student, coach, athletic director, assistant superintendent. So he's been around the halls of SPS for many years. I think probably dating all the way back to the late 70s, right, Coach?
That's exactly right.
Hand
Class
off.
of 79.
Hand off right up the middle, going to gain about 4 on the play, gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. So, Coach, congrats on tonight. Just start out talking a little bit about what it means to you tonight to be inducted. You know, you're a big-time Bulldog guy. What's it mean to you tonight to go in?
Well, it's always nice to be recognized. We've had the Hall of Fame for a long time, and, you know, as being in the system all the years that I was in here, and watching all the greats come through, it's an honor to just be in that list of people.
Big gain right there on the play. They're going to get across the 50 in Bulldog territory to the 49-yard line. First down and 10 here for Carr and Company. Again, got Coach Brent Kiefer up here, inducted tonight, or off the right side, broke a couple of tackles into the secondary, and that's a touchdown saving tackle there by Green, as Bulldog defense did a pretty good job against that run in the first half, but a couple of big rumbles right there, and Poplar Bluff's got it going all the way down to the 30-yard line. So you're a defensive guy. You probably rather would sit here and talk about what they need to do defensively instead of talking to me, right?
No, you're not going to bait me with that one. I'm not touching that one. You can get Andy McGill up here. He can talk about it.
First and 10 here for Bluff. Carr out of the shotgun. Hand off again off the left side. And he's going to power his way forward and get a good gain going across the 25 to the 22-yard line. So, you know, as you said, you were a 1979 graduate. So, you know, a lot of folks, they go off and make your career somewhere else, but you were able to come back to your alma mater and make your career here. Is that special to you rather than, you know, ending up at, you know, Bluff or Dexter or somewhere else, you know, being able to come back here and make, you know, the 30-year career you were able to make?
Yeah, you know, believe it or not, I even interviewed over at the Blue Jays house prior to accepting a position of science here at Sikeston. And but it's always great to come back home, and my wife will tell you this was the only place I was probably ever going to live. And it's been a great career here at Sikeston. We have a wonderful community, and we have a great school system, and we have great kids coming through here, smart kids, and good athletes.
First and go for Bluff inside the 5. And he's going to get all the way down to the 1-yard line. So here, first possession of this second half, and Poplar Bluff knocking on the door, trying to take their first lead of the night. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. When I think of you, I think of Mr. Bulldog, Mr. SHS. There's no way I could ever see you, you know, in anything else. Retired life now, though. You retired 3 years ago?
5 years.
5 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
Well, it doesn't seem like that long.
Yeah,
So 5 years ago. So you ought to be down to a single handicap on the golf course, right?
I would like to say that, but I am not.
He's not down to a single handicap yet, as Poplar Bluff does get in on the 1-yard touchdown run. So they will take a 12-6 lead with an extra point attempt coming up. Bluff went for the 2-point conversion the first time. We'll see what they do here. I know in those 5 years you've probably been playing enough golf because you can beat me pretty handily. So you don't have to be a single digit, I guess.
Every dog has his day, I guess.
Looks like Bluff's going to go for 2 again, going right up the middle, and he's going to go in virtually untouched for the 2-point conversion. So with 9:01 left in this third quarter, Poplar Bluff takes their first lead of the game, 14-6. That'll give us a little bit of chance to continue to talk with Coach Kiefer here as they'll take a quick timeout as a change of possession as coming up here. So talk a little bit. Let's talk first about you as an athlete. So we're going way back here a little bit, but talk about some of your the best memories you had out here on the field as an athlete for Sikeston.
Now, starting in junior high, we obviously played on this field right here.
Yeah,
I was just reminiscing with Coach Bays down there a while ago. I told him, I said I came over to the sideline and Coach Hale says, Kiefer, tell Jay you're going to run this, and he just did a little arrow on my hand. I ran out and told Jay Cox, I said, Jay, I'm going to run this. And Coach said, so bing, bang, boom, we scored on Cape right down there. That was my only score on the field. The rest of the time I played defense. And
well, hey, I can tell you, if you scored on Cape, that's got a special place in my heart.
That's right, buddy. You're darn right it does. But, we had all the memories come flooding back, and right down to the last one, we felt like we stopped Poplar Bluff down on the south end down there, but they were awarded the touchdown, and they beat us and ended our senior year 7-3. And hard fought. And in saying that, Cape had our number that year. They were a very good football team, and we lost to Farmington in the first game. We lost to Bluff in the last game, and so that's kind of the senior year memories right there.
So we're going to get a interference. It was a good job by one of the Bulldog up men, and able to. It was a little onside kick, and he was able to go up and secure that, and we'll get a kick catch interference on that. So that's going to tack on a few yards. Sikeston was going to have it on their own 47-yard line, and they'll tack on 15 more. So they're going to start this possession in Bulldog territory. So move ahead a little bit to coaching career. Any special game or any special moment kind of stick out to you as a coach here at SHS?
Well, we one that sticks out was Tiger Boyd catching pass against Cape down on the south end again, and
I was a sophomore when that happened. I remember that.
And that was a heck of a throw and catch. I believe it was Scott Collins.
Scott Collins was the quarterback. That's right.
And then there was Deke Lape up the sideline against Melville right before half in a state playoff game that we had, and we didn't end up on the best side of that.
That Melville team was pretty talented.
Very salty. Very salty. Their quarterback was something else.
Yeah, he went to Mizzou, if I remember right. Jenkins, right?
Right.
Heckemeyer back to pass, going deep down the sideline, and it's going to be too far. C.J. Posey was the intended receiver. It's going to fall incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Clock will stop momentarily with 8:25 left in this third quarter. And then, I'm sure it's a little different feel as athletic director. As athletic director, you got different irons in the fire. You're going to different, fields and events or whatever. You talk a little bit about what was, as an AD, what's the difference, different mindset you have to have rather than as a
biggest
coach.
Surprise about being athletic director was the camaraderie that you build with the other towns and schools and athletic directors. We kind of function as a team ourselves,
right.
And in going to, for example, the SEMO conference tournament that we organized, it was all of us together getting that done, because those guys had to reboot all their basketball schedules. They had to drop teams, they had to drop tournaments and pick that up, and you know, I really appreciated him working with me and helping me get that solidified here at Sikeston. And but the camaraderie we built, Bill Caputo and Lance Tollison, to you know, it just goes on and on. All the athletic directors around Southeast Missouri. And it was really surprising, you know, as a coach, you know, you want to beat their butt every Friday and Tuesday or whatever it is, and whether it's basketball or football or whatever it is. And then as an athletic director, you look forward to seeing these guys at the games, and you build relationships with them. So that was really a really neat part of being the athletic director.
Sikeston had enough for the first down on that run, but they had a motion penalty, and that's going to back them up 5 yards, and it's going to force the Bulldogs to punt here. Little pooch punt, angled over on the hash mark, and it's going to die right inside the 15 to the 14, and that's where Poplar Bluff will take over. They lead 14-6. Got a couple messages in during this interview from Deke Lape, and Deke shares our sentiment about Cape Central. He passes that on to both of us. So.
All the Bulldogs, all the real Bulldogs
all
do,
the real
baby.
Bulldogs do, don't
That's
they?
how they feel.
I enjoy those back and forth. I'm up here calling something, I'll get a message from somebody, sometimes you or
right.
Luke or Deke or whoever.
That's right.
We all have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Bulldog Nation here. So 1st and 10 here for Poplar Bluff at their own, backed up at their own 14. Be a big defensive series here for the Bulldogs. So, Coach, we talked earlier as he's going to rip a few right up the middle. Going to be close to a first down. Going to depend on the spot. Looks like he may have enough. So, has it been hard to transition into all these years, you know, being here at Sikeston into retired life? Has that been a hard transition for you, or has it been easier than what you thought? Or
you know, some people dread retirement, and I'm not that guy. I absolutely love being retired. I like to do what I like to do, and when I decide to do it. So I keep Mama happy and take care of some chores, but retired life absolutely agrees with me.
2nd down and 1 after the 9-yard gain on the play. Well, Coach, we won't keep you any more. We appreciate your time coming up here. Congratulations tonight. I know you're proud of Bulldog Nation and everything that we've accomplished here, you know, during your tenure here, and then even after, you know, you stepped away. Congratulations to you and Tricia, and, you know, I know you're proud of both your kids or whatever, and would not you know, couldn't be a finer person getting inducted tonight. So I appreciate your time.
Thank you,
congratulations,
Chris.
Coach.
I appreciate it. And Luke, he's got a man.
That's Coach Brent Kiefer. Appreciate your time, Coach, and taking some time up here with us as Poplar Bluff's got a 1st and 10 off the right tackle. So Bluff's doing it on the ground here to start this second half. It's almost like they had a little pep talk at halftime or whatever and challenged the running backs, the offensive line.
Tackled by number 53, Hudson Kirkendall, and number 55, Brian Tim. 1st down, Mule.
Handoff off the right side. Met at the line of scrimmage, but is going to push his way forward for about a gain of, we'll give him 3 on the play. Bring down 2nd down and 7.
Tackled by number 53, Hudson Kirkendall, and number 55, Brian Timms. 3-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 7, Mules.
Late in the first half, Jackson up on Cape Central 50-0. Carr back to pass, looking down the sideline, and that's a great defensive play over there by C.J. Posey as he was able to go up high and knock that ball down, and it's going to fall incomplete. That had a chance to go all the way, but Posey was able to go up and get it at its highest point and knock it down. Handoff off the right side, breaking a couple of tackles again. And they're going to get enough for a first down. Sikeston's getting somebody right there, but they're not able to bring down these running backs.
9-yard gain on the play, first down Mules.
And another first down here for Poplar Bluff. They just continue to run the ball in between the tackles here in this third quarter. This one's going to go off right tackle. He's going to lower his shoulder. He's going to have another good run for a first down as Jonathan Green was in there on the tackle for the Bulldogs. We were tied at 6 at half, but it's here in the first part of this third quarter, it's been all Poplar Bluff. They lead at 14-6 inside 5 minutes here in this third quarter. Off the right side, going to get inside the 10, close to another first down, as that was Robinson on the carry. Trey Sullivan in on the tackle for the Bulldogs. It's going to be 2nd and 1 after a 9-yard gain. Right up the gut again by Robinson, and he's met, but not after a 3-yard gain on the play. It's going to be a first and go. Ball marked just outside the 5-yard line, it looks like. .345 and counting here in the third quarter. And off the right side, he's going to go in for the 5-yard touchdown is Gavin Hayes, the senior running back for the Poplar Bluff Mules. So Hayes gets in with the 5-yard touchdown run. And Bluff goes up 20-6. We're going to go for 2. This time off the left tackle, and he dives in, and they'll say he got in. So 2-point conversion good. And with 3:34 left in the third quarter, Poplar Bluff leads it 22-6. We'll step aside for a 60-second break. You're watching Sikeston Bulldog football on SPS TV. recovery by the Bulldog up man. I think that was Mark Fisher was able to recover that. Sikeston will take over from their own 47-yard line. Bulldogs find themselves in a 22-6 hole. Late third quarter action. Got an email from Danny Freeman saying congratulations to Brent Kiefer. Appreciate the email, Danny. Danny, a big Bulldog supporter. And off to Kirkendall, trying to bounce it outside. Now he'll cut it back in. Powers his way forward as he gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4 on the play. Make it 2nd down and 6 for Sikeston.
Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6, Sikeston.
Heckemeyer still in the shotgun. Kirkendall trying to bounce it outside. I think that play was designed to go inside, but he tried to bounce it out, and it was a good job by the Bluff defense to kind of string that play out. And he's going to lose a couple yards, so it'll bring up a 3rd and long. We'll call it 3rd and 9 after a loss of 3. Bulldogs at their own 47-yard line. Heckemeyer looking down the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. There was a couple of guys in the vicinity, but the Poplar Bluff cornerback is the one that had the best shot at that. He had 2 Bulldog receivers right there. It was Connor Wallace and I believe Jonathan Green were both right there. And it was Connor Wallace and number 16, which is Daquan Tilson. Both of them were right there, but it was overthrown a little bit, and Bulldogs will be forced to punt. Nice spiral punt angling over to the side by Dylan Thornborough, and it's going to be downed at about the 26-yard line. That's where Poplar Bluff will take over. 1:50 left third quarter action. Poplar Bluff leads Sikeston 22-6. Glad you're with us here. Your home for Sikeston Bulldog football, SPS TV. Try to get some area scores. Last check, Jackson was up on Cape Central 50-0. That was late, second half action. Hand off right up the middle. First guy couldn't make the tackle, and he's going to get forward again for about a 10-yard gain. The ball carrier for Poplar Bluff. New Madrid County Central up on Donovan 39-0 after the third quarter, so the Eagles are rolling. Farmington and St. Dominic tied 21 apiece. Try to pay attention and keep you up on some area scores as the game goes on. Inside of $1:30 left in this third quarter. Carr, pass complete over the middle. And Sikeston finally going to get him wrapped up, but not until he gets across midfield to the 49-yard line, and it'll be another first down for the Eagles. That's going to be all for naught, though, as they had an ineligible man downfield to Poplar Bluff, so that's going to come back. Poplar Bluff did not realize it was a flag. They'd already called a play and was in a huddle, and they were Carr was leading them out of the huddle, and they were coming up to the line. He's like, wait a minute, we got to come back. So that ball is going to go all the way back to the 31-yard line. So what would have been a first down, and at the 49 of the Bulldogs, going to be all the way back to their own 31-yard line. So it'd be 2nd and 15 here for Poplar Bluff. Handed off right up the middle. Going to power his way up to the 40-yard line.
Ball carrier number 26, Gavin Hayes.
Clock goes inside a minute.
Tackle by 55, Brian Thames, and number 46, J.D. Bowman.
That was actually 1st and 15 after that, so now it's 2nd and 6 after the 9-yard gain. Carr handed off right up the middle again, broke a couple of tackles. And he's going to rumble his way down to the 39 of Sikeston before he's taken down.
Tackle by number 8, Jonathan Green, and number 10, Joseph Hedges.
East Prairie up on Dexter, is that right? 19-15. Scott City up on Portageville, 28-13. Jackson up on Cape, 57-0, and another big run as Poplar Bluff's just keeping it between the tackles, and they're just ripping off big yardage after big yardage. Perryville up 21-6 on Malden. Rod Anderson providing me with some area scores. Rod always good at that. So that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. That third quarter belonged to Poplar Bluff as they lead it heading into the fourth quarter, 22-6. We'll step aside for a quick break. You're watching Sikeston Bulldog football on SPS TV.
Actually, the last one was away at Dutch City.
1st and 10, Poplar Bluff, and he's going to be stopped just short of a touchdown coming out of this third quarter into this fourth quarter. So first play in this fourth quarter is another big run by the Mules, and they're knocking on the door again, 1st and go from the 2. And they'll hand off again, and he'll dance in for the 2-yard touchdown run for Robinson. Poplar Bluff goes up 28-6 now. Bluff going to go for 2 again. They went for 2 all night long. And the 2-point conversion is good. So 28 seconds gone here in this fourth quarter, and Bluff leads Sikeston 36. Squib kick taken, and Bulldog coach is asking for a penalty there, but not going to get any as Green was on the return. So Sikeston will take over from their own 25-yard line.
Bulldogs will start this drive on their own 25.
11:26 left in this fourth quarter. Bottom of the 6th inning, Cardinals lead the Pirates 7-2. There's a positive for you tonight. Kirkendall off the right side, still on his feet, pushing his way forward. I tell you, it took 10 Poplar Bluff guys to finally stop him. There was only one mule that wasn't in on that tackle. We do have a flag on the play. And that hard run by Kirkendall is going to come back as it's an illegal formation against the Bulldogs. So that's going to bring them back.
5-yard penalty. First and 15.
So it'll be 1st and 15 after the penalty. All the way back to their own 20-yard line. Heckemeyer hands it off to Upchurch. He's met right at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. They'll give him forward progress, though, to the 20. So no gain on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 15 from right there.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 15 Bulldogs.
Clock continues to run. 10:35 left here in this ball game. Both these squads coming in with 2-1 records, and both of them taking their first loss last week. Sikeston took their loss on the road against Farmington, and Poplar Bluff took a hard one on the chin last week against Jackson. And the Bulldogs are going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 10:17 left in the ball game. Sikeston trails 30-6. Second down and 15 here for the Bulldogs coming out of that timeout. Heckemeyer in the shotgun. Got 2 wide receivers to each side. Upchurch right to his right. Back to pass over the middle. Man open. It's caught. And they'll give him forward progress up to the 30-yard line. And Lawrence never went down. And he's like, hey, man, I was still on my feet. I had a chance to get a few extra yards. Hey, if you want to get out and support the Sikeston Lady Bulldogs softball team, they got 2 home games coming up this week, Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday will be senior night, so if you want to get out and support the Lady Bulldogs softball team, they will appreciate you coming out. They had a good win as that pass is complete out of bounds. They had a good win against Cape Central. That was Tuesday night. I'll say I walked back and forth. I watched a little bit of the softball game and caught the soccer game also. And it was an extra inning win for the Lady Bulldogs in walk-off fashion. That's always good to win those extra inning games, but especially against Cape Central. And this makes it even more special. So had a roughing the passer call there, so that'll tack on an extra 15, and that'll get the Bulldogs in mule territory. Seems like that's the first time in the second half. I wouldn't swear to that, but Bulldogs have been playing on the wrong side of the field for a lot of this second half. Going to have a flag on the play. Pass is complete, but I think it's going to be a motion against the Bulldogs. It is. So it's going to come back. It looked like they had a couple of guys that weren't set quite, and that's going to back them up 5 yards. So that's would have been about a 6-yard gain, but it's going to negate that and bring it back.
5-yard penalty against the Bulldogs. 1st and 15.
So 1st and 15 after the 5-yard penalty. Back at their own 49-yard line now. 9:20 and counting left in this ball game. Heckemeyer back to pass out in the flat, and it was almost intercepted as Connor Wallace was the intended receiver, but the cornerback cut that pass off, and he thought he was going to catch that and take it to the house, but it went right through his hands and out of bounds. Again, we'll be back in action right here next Friday night as Sikeston will take on Bluff, and that pass over the head of Daniel Lawrence, and that'll fall incomplete. So 3rd and 15. Clock will stop on the incompletion. 9:07 left in the game. Sikeston trying to come back. They're down 30-6. Bulldogs trying to avoid losing back-to-back games as they started out this early season 2-0 and trying not to lose these next 2. Both of these squads 0-1 in the SEMO conference. They'll hand it off to Upchurch across midfield to the 45 to the 40, stays in bounds, and is going to be pushed out of bounds, and then we'll get we got a couple penalties there. So I think it's going to be 2 unsportsmanlike as Upchurch had a good run, pushed out of bounds, little extracurricular. The Poplar Bluff player gave him a shove at the end, and then as they was getting off of him, he gave him another little shove. So I think that's going to be 2 15-yard penalties as an official threw his flag and threw his hat up. So we'll see if this is going to be 30 yards worth of penalty. So it's 2 personal fouls against Poplar Bluff.
Against the Poplar Bluff Mules. Both penalties, personal foul.
So that's a 15-yard penalty. And then it'll be a half a distance to the goal. So they won't get the full 30 yards. So it'll be the first 15-yard penalty, and then they'll do it halfway to the goal. So if my math is right, I think they'll go to about the 11. Yep, it looks like they will mark it down to about the 11-yard line. So Sikeston in business here. 8:59 left in this game. Bulldogs trying to get in for their second score of the night.
And 10 from the Poplar Bluff 11.
Nope, I just looked at his face. He's not happy on it. 21.
Up Church reverses his direction. He shedded a couple of would-be tacklers and gets across the 10 all the way down to about the 8. So wasn't anything there for Upchurch, but was able to get a few yards, and looks like he's cramping and slow to get up right now. So they'll take a timeout on the field. That'll give us a chance to take a timeout with them. 8:49 left in the game. Poplar Bluff leads it 30-6. Second down and 7 after that 3-yard gain by Upchurch. He comes over to the sideline. He'll get attended to by the Bulldog trainer. Another flag on the play. Kirkendall bounces it outside, gets inside the 5, and is going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 2-yard line, but we do have a flag on the play. And it's going to be illegal motion again against the Bulldogs. So Kirkendall had it down to the 2, and Bulldogs looked like they were going to be in business, but another motion penalty is going to bring it back.
5-yard penalty against Sikeston. 2nd and 12 Bulldogs.
So 2nd and 12 now after the 5-yard penalty. 8:45 left in this ball game. And now we're going to get another stoppage as Poplar Bluff is going to use their first timeout of this second half. We'll take one with them. 8:45 left in the game. Bulldogs trail 30-6. You're watching Sikeston Bulldog football on SPS TV. Second and 12 Bulldogs coming out of the timeout. Heckemeyer rolls out to his right, and he skips that pass to Connor Wallace. He was the intended receiver. It's going to be incomplete. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 12 for the Bulldogs. Like to get something in the end zone here on this possession. They're going to hand it off to Kirkendall. He's stacked up after a short gain. We'll give him 2. It'll be 4th down and right at about 10, maybe 11. And they're going to bring Dylan Thornborough in and let him attempt a field goal. This will be Sikeston's first field goal attempt this year. And I couldn't tell you when the last time I saw us attempt a field goal was. It's been a couple years, I would think, at least. But Thornborough's going to come on. He's going to attempt one. They're going to put it down at the 19, so this will be a 29-yard attempt for the junior. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 7:56 left in the ball game, Sikeston tacks on 3 more points, and they trail 30-9. Back after this break, you're watching Sikeston Bulldog football on SPS TV. .29-yard field goal there for Dylan Thornborough. His first field goal of the year, and that's the first one I can remember the Bulldogs attempting in some time. East Prairie up on Dexter, 25-15 in fourth quarter action. Perryville up on Malden, 27-22. New Madrid County Central all over Doniphan, 45-0. And they're final now, and we're going to get a little onside kick, but Bluff does a good job going up and getting it before 10 yards, and so they're going to recover that onside kick at the 48-yard line. Jackson and Cape Central is a final. Jackson wins it big, 63-0. That's who the Bulldogs will face next week here at Sikeston Public School Stadium. It'll be Poplar Bluff ball, 1st and 10 from the 48 of the Bulldogs. 7:52 left in the game. Bluff still huddled up over on their sideline. Carr and company come back out. He's got 3 wide receivers to his right. Hands it off, and a good job there by the Bulldogs. Wrapping up and we're going to get another penalty. That's coming in, and that's going to be another 15 yards, I believe, on Poplar Bluff. That was after the fact, so the down will count. It was after the play. It's a dead ball personal foul against Poplar Bluff. So that'll back them up 15 yards. That was right in front of the official. I saw it. It was away from the play, but I just happened to be looking right at it. And official was also. So that'll back them up to the 35-yard line.
Second and 27 against Poplar Bluff.
Second down and a long ways here for the Mules. $7:25 and counting here. Fourth quarter action. Bluff leads at 30-9. Hand it off the left side again, trying to get to the outside, and is finally pushed out of bounds. Not before a nice gain there by Hayes. To bring up 3rd and 20 now for Poplar Bluff. See if the Bulldog defense can get them a stop here. Carr back to pass, looking to his left. Had a man open, and did he catch it in bounds? He did. But they're going to say it was just short, maybe. Looks like it's going to be marked just short. It'll be 4th down. I'm sure Poplar Bluff's going to go for it if it is short. Nope, they're going to say it's enough for a 1st down. So they needed 20 and got right at it. So they're going to move the chains, and it'll be a fresh set of downs here for Poplar Bluff. So a 3rd and 20, and they got right at it. And the clock goes to 0. They did not get that snap off in time, so it's going to be a delay of game and a 5-yard penalty here against Poplar Bluff. So 1st and 15 after that 5-yard penalty. The Cardinals do get a winner, 7-2 against the Pirates. Handoff right up the middle again.
26, Gavin Hayes, the ball carrier.
Get a gain of a couple, 2 or 3.
Tackled by number 53, Hudson Kirkendall.
So he'll get 3 of those 5 yards back. It'll be 2nd down and 12 as Kirkendall and Copeland in there on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Jet sweep trying to get to the outside. Got a block out there and is taken down. Goes inside the 35 to about the 34. Daniel Lawrence in on the stop for the Bulldogs. 7-yard gain on the play. Be 3rd down and 5, we'll call it. 4 or 5, somewhere around there.
3rd and 5.
I'm sure Poplar Bluff's in 4-down territory here as we've got 5:40 and counting on the game clock. Bluff leads at 30-9. We were tied. And that's going to come back as that's not going to count as we had motion. Well, that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and Poplar Bluff going to back up 5 more yards. Few more penalties here in this second half. 3rd down and 10 now for the Mules. Carr back to pass, flushed out of the pocket. Got a man open, and he's going to connect with him. It's going to be just short of a 1st down. Needed to get to about the 28 and got to the 30-yard line. So we'll call it 4th and 2. And I'm sure Bluff would go for it here on 4th and short. And a fumble, and I think the Bulldogs recover. Nevertheless, it was 4th down, so Sikeston's going to get it, but they do. So that'll go down as a fumble and a recovery by the Bulldog defense. So a turnover there. We'll give it back to the Bulldogs, or shall I say a takeaway. Coach Andy McGill would get on to me for calling it a turnover. He says those are takeaways. The defense earned that. So we'll call it a takeaway there by the Bulldog defense. First and 10, Sikeston from their own 37. And we're going to get a stop on the field as Poplar Bluff trying to get somebody on, so they'll burn a timeout. We'll take it with them. 4:59 left in the game. Sikeston trails 30-9. Heckemeyer's pass complete to Connor Wallace out in the flat. He's going to be taken down at the 43-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. Second down and 4 now. Clock runs as we go inside 4.5 minutes. And that pass is going to fall incomplete as Posey was open out in the flat. Heckemeyer just not able to connect with him. It'll be 3rd and 4 now, Sikeston. Clock will stop. 4:20 left in this ball game. See what Sikeston wants to do here on this 3rd down. Heckemeyer roll out to his left. Looks like he's going to tuck it and run. Gets away from one defender, and he's going to tiptoe his way down the sideline for a 1st down. Good job by Joseph making a guy miss, and was able to stay in bounds and pick up enough for the 1st.
Gain of 9 on the play. That's another Bulldog 1st down.
They'll get in Bluff territory. Ball marked at the 48-yard line now. Heckemeyer roll out to his right, looking to pass. And just off the hands of the would-be intended receiver, that was Connor Wallace. Wallace laid out for that, tried to make a spectacular catch, just couldn't bring it in. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. 4:04 left in the game. Give it to Lawrence on the jet sweep, and he goes nowhere as Poplar Bluff defender just about took that handoff. And it's going to be a flag against Bluff. Oh, it's illegal formation against Sikeston. I thought he looked over at Sikeston coach. I thought he was going to ask him about the penalty, about taking it or whatever, but it's going to be against the Bulldogs. So he was probably explaining what he saw. So that'll back up Sikeston. 5 more. No, they're going to decline that. So the penalty is not going to be taken as they'll decline it. So the play will stand. It'll be 3rd and 16. Heckemeyer looking to the right and threw it behind the intended receiver. And it'll be 4th down now. And they'll send out Thornborough, so the Bulldogs are going to go ahead and punt on this 4th and long situation. Dylan Thornborough, the Bulldog kicker this year, his junior season. He's a midfielder for Coach DeMint on the soccer team, and then kicks for Coach Flanagan on Friday nights. Low line drive kick. Takes a nice bounce. Goes inside the 15 and will be down at the 14-yard line. 40-yard punt there by Thornborough.
40-yard punt. 14, Dylan Thornborough.
And Bluff will take over. 3:40 left in this ball game. They lead 30-9. Handoff off the right side. Short gain on the play.
Number 42, Amari White, ball carrier.
Gain of 4, we'll call it. 2nd down and 6 after the 4-yard gain.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and Poplar Bluff.
Just over 3 minutes left in the game. Bluff trying to go to 3-1 on the season. And off right up the middle is going to go nowhere. Stacked up, looks like they're going to lose a yard.
Number 42, Amari. 7 now. On the tackle, number 53, Hudson Kirkendall. Number 55, Ryan Tim. 58, Camden Copeland.
It's going to be 3rd down and 7 now after the 1-yard loss for Poplar Bluff. They've got their backup quarterback in there on this series. Short gain on the play. It bring up 4th down as they got out to the 19-yard line.
Ball carrier, tackled by number 58, Camden Copeland.
Copeland in on the tackle for Sikeston. Bulldogs will get the ball back one more time here. Good snap. High end over end kick. Bulldogs didn't have anybody back as they were trying to bring the house on that, and it's going to be downed at the 47-yard line of Sikeston. That's where they'll take over for this possession. Inside 2 minutes, 1:27 left in the ball game.
Bulldog fans, don't forget to join us next Friday night. Sikeston hosts Jackson. It's Mom's Night.
Mom's Night next Friday night at the game here. Bulldogs have their backup quarterback in right now. That is number 15, Stewart. Isaiah Stewart in there was quarterback on that possession right there, and he'll come to the sideline and get the call from the coaches. Stewart is a 5'8", 130-pound sophomore for the Bulldogs. Clock goes inside a minute now. Handoff right up the middle. Hard fought yards right there by Sullivan. Trey Sullivan's going to gain a handful right there.
3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs.
Sikeston will probably run one more play, and that's about all we're going to have here. Is inside 25 seconds now. Clock continues to run as the red and the black start to file for the exits. And Stewart's going to throw it over to the sideline, and that's going to be a penalty for intentional grounding with 4 seconds left in this game. So be a good coaching opportunity here as Coach Flanagan calls him over. It's like, hey, you get flushed out of the pocket like that, you can't just throw it backwards. So it's going to be an intentional grounding, which is a loss of down and a spot foul. There's only 4.3 seconds left on the clock. And Bulldogs are ready to come up and run a play, but the officials haven't made the call yet. So they're going to go ahead and mark this off. So they'll mark it back. So the Bulldogs will run one more play here. Handoff right up the middle again, stacked up at the line of scrimmage. And the clock will go to zeros. And that will be the ball game. Poplar Bluff wins it here tonight, 30-9. So Poplar Bluff moves to 3-1 on the season. Your Sikeston Bulldogs drop to 2-2 on the year. We'll be back on the air next Friday as it's Mom's Night. We'll be hosting the Jackson Indians as Jackson comes down here with an undefeated 4-0 record after a huge victory tonight on the road to Cape Central. So again, like to thank Coach Steve Byler and his crew. Had a little technical difficulties all day, really. And I know Coach Byler put in a lot of work to even get this broadcast going. Had some technical difficulties right before. Thought we had everything set, but had some more problems. But he was able to get us on the air and keep us on all night long. So shout out to him. So again, Bulldogs lose it here tonight, 30-9. So until next Friday, I'm Chris Hotchkiss. Go Dogs.